1, 2, 3, 4. Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. T's Film Preach, and if you're a lover of films like I am, and if you learn from films as much as I do, then you are in the right place. And if you feel like you're in the right place, click like down below and subscribe to my channel. That would be beautiful, and I would never come after you like the Russian mob does to Hutch in this movie. Terrible transition, sorry about that. Today we are talking about the 2021 action film, Nobody. This is a movie about Hutch, who is just a normal, everyday working family man, a father, a husband, and he is struggling with the, dare I say, boredom and passive and quiet life he now lives. He becomes irritated to the point where he begins to lash out, one day eventually leading to the beating of multiple Russian men on a bus that are harassing a young woman, where he decides to kick ass and take them down. And you begin to see that he has actually a little bit of a darker, crazier past than we expected. He actually is an auditor, which is something that the government would pull in, special ops or CIA of some sort, basically clean up and take care of whoever they needed to. Then, because of that, there are events that unfold where he is now being chased by some men who are attached to the Russian mafia and a bunch of drug lords and a bunch of illicit money that is being held by this man, Ilya. And action and craziness ensues. This movie is directed by Ilya Naishuller. He's a Russian filmmaker who did another crazy action film called Hardcore Henry. This movie is the same writer as the John Wick series, so you know it's going to be action-packed, and you can feel like this world could fit into the John Wick world because the writer is basically taking a blueprint of John Wick and giving it just a little bit of a different character and giving us the same movie. Generally very similar blueprint. Stars Bob Odenkirk in one of the best roles he's ever done. I mean, I love Bob Odenkirk since Mr. Show back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I remember he directed a funny comedy that I always loved called Let's Go to Prison.
We should be cellmates. I don't snore, and I'm a pretty quiet masturbator. Hell, I'll even give you the top bunk.
Guest stars on multiple shows: Entourage, How I Met Your Mother, Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul. And he's actually usually known for his comedy. He's actually a comedic writer, a comedic actor. That's where he kind of came from, is like improv. It's great to see him play a totally different role than what he usually plays. Even on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, he's a lawyer that's not really an action guy. He's kind of a slimy, smooth talker. Really, where this movie is a brutal, bash in heads sort of guy. And it is so great to see him do like an action role part. I never thought he would be able to, and he nails it. He really pulls it off. The cast is amazing. Connie Nielsen, Christopher Lloyd as his dad. Perfect casting, unreal. He is so great in this movie. There is RZA from Wu-Tang Clan. He is hilarious in this movie as Harry. Similar kind of feel and role like he was with Sam Rockwell in Mr. Nobody.
Whoa! Nice shot! Yeah, nice, baby.
This movie is an all-out action film. It is awesome. It is a lot of fun. The fight scenes are really great, especially the hand-to-hand combat. I especially love that fight on the bus was amazing. The fight scenes in the warehouse, at the drug lord's place, were all great. When all those guys are infiltrating his house and attacking him and his family, and how he has to fight them off. Oh, such a great home invasion scene. My wife was like, this is like Home Alone for adults. Yup, sure is.
Hello.
Especially that last final scene where he pulls them all into his factory, to his workplace. The character is really interesting of Hutch. I really enjoyed him. Not only is he a fighter and he's a bruiser, but he gets beat up a lot in this movie, and he really takes some punches. He's not this smooth assassin hitman like John Wick is. He's much more of a little bit rougher, a little bit rusty. He's not quite up to par of like a John Wick super assassin, but he still is able to bruise some people and kick some ass. The comedy is funny. The scene between him and his brother and his dad is always really great. His wife, Connie Nielsen, and I really like their dynamic, their relationship in this. Really interesting that she knows about his past and was even involved in the past, and it made sense for the story. Some of the things that I didn't like about this film is that I actually found this film to be somewhat kind of forgettable.
Muck! Boo! Boo! Boo!
As soon as it was over, that was sort of it, and it kind of went out of my mind, and I haven't filmed this review for about a week, so it's actually hard to kind of call back what I remember about this movie, and that's not necessarily great. Nothing really stood out for me, except for those couple of action scenes that I already mentioned. The villain is not very good in this movie. I found him to be annoying. He was just kind of there to be the bad presence, the bad guy. And I just thought the writing there was a little weak. It really just took John Wick's blueprint and put it in a different film. I felt that was a little unoriginal as well, especially because it came from the same writer. Shootout scenes with the guns and stuff was actually not boring, very unimaginative. I felt like the shootout scenes were just exactly what it was. It was just a shootout scene. And that's fine, but nowadays with the movie making and the ability to do such cool different things with camera angles and special effects and stuff, I thought there would have been a little bit more creativity and imagination when it came to the gun shootout scenes. It's like actually the shootouts in Hardcore Henry than I did in this. And Hardcore Henry is a POV first person basically shooter, parkour running video game shoot 'em up style film. But what this film really did well though was the build up to certain scenes, the tension, the build up to him finally snapping, him sitting in that restaurant talking to everyone there, and he's got that bomb and he's holding everyone hostage, and he's talking to Ilya, and I loved that restaurant bar club scene and thought it was just great.
It was something. I mean, this doesn't make us even, because after all, you came to my house, which you know you don't fucking do.
Give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet! Having Bob Odenkirk shout and scream about a kitty cat bracelet was hilarious. There's some really great humor in this. There's some awesome one-liners. There's some great cast of characters, a supporting cast that's awesome. Action that's really good. Mostly the hand-to-hand combat stuff was great. The shootout scenes maybe not so much. It maybe had a little bit of a stronger story and different from John Wick. I might have enjoyed this a lot more than what was actually given. But overall, a really highly entertaining film. Had a lot of fun with it. Definitely check it out. It's one to rent and put on as big of a screen as you possibly can. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it. It's a good time. I'm gonna go ahead and give Nobody a B-. Awesome. What did you guys think of Nobody? Did you think it was a lot better than the grade I gave it? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you love this film? Was it one of your favorites? Has it been your favorite action movie so far of this year? And what are you looking forward to? While you're down there commenting, if you can click like and subscribe, that would be wonderful. Come back and check out some more Mr. Teach Film Preach reviews. Thank you so much for checking out this video today and joining me. Hopefully you're having a great day. Enjoy the nice, beautiful weather. Stay safe, stay healthy out there. And as always, let's get taught.